So what's up everyone? Really excited on today's video. So we're gonna go over the ray gun, and I've been really enjoying the new Call of Duty Cold War Zombies. Die Machine, really fun. Ray gun, really powerful. So at the time of this video, the ray gun is definitely hands down the most powerful weapon in the game. I'm going to kind of go over a lot of tactics on trying to get it, but before we get started, I do play a lot of zombies every single week, high round runs. I've already done a 100 run, going for possibly higher once season 1 starts. So check me out, twitch.tv/Mr. Meow if you haven't already, for some really high quality zombie content. So here we are, the ray gun. Pretty hard to get, brings you a lot of nostalgia. Hands down the most powerful gun in the game. You get it. If you're even an average player, you can really pull a high round run if you want to. I think 100 is achievable even for an average player with the ray gun. And it also does a ton of damage to the megaton, so it's just overall good. Kills hordes of zombies really fast. Ideal for training. Zombies in circles, you can just turn around, blast the entire horde, kill it in 4 or 5 shots. And it does this all the way to like 300, which is pretty nuts. So when you get it out of the box, or if you get it out of the Coffin Dance Easter egg, which we'll go over that in a little bit, the gun will come gold already. You don't have to worry about upgrading it at the armory. All you have to do is pack-a-punch it 3 times, but you cannot put an alternate ammo type on it in the pack-a-punch machine, but you still do pack-a-punch it 3 times. When it's pack-a-punch 3 times, the thing does a ton of damage, even to the Megaton. Megaton, you can laser the thing down. I mean, if you have Ring of Fire on, you will melt the Megaton. I love the fact that Treyarch came. They gave us the oldest weapon in the game from day one. They gave it to us, and it's actually something that we want. I kind of didn't like the fact that, it didn't take very long for the ray gun to become irrelevant in Call of Duty Zombies. So I like that they went out there, they buffed it, they weren't afraid to make it overpowered. They gave us something that we really like, something to strive for, because like I said, even your average player can grab this weapon and just go for high rounds. I really like the fact that they gave us something that can just let us survive, just run around, get some train strats going. I love that they gave us ways to survive. Now I'm gonna be realistic here. Once you get the ray gun, you don't really need another weapon. In my high round run, I exfilled at 100 because it took me 10 hours to get to 100. There are methods now that are faster because this was with the first week of the game. So I'm pretty sure you use the going up top in the notch map strat. You can get there pretty fast, but still takes you a long time. These high round runs, they're not fast, so if you only have like an hour to play, you really don't want to do this. Most of my time, aside from the high round run, I've been just going for weapon camos because I really want to wait till season 1 launches to start really going for some high round runs. And I also really want to just, I got everything unlocked. I'm waiting to see if they give us some new perks, some new things to unlock, maybe a new weapon for season 1. I don't know, but I'm excited for season 1. It did get delayed, which is a bummer, but what can you really do about it? All we can be is excited. So my biggest advice with trying to get the ray gun is you save your points. I would use your class weapon, your starter weapon, and then maybe if you're not running a shotgun as your starter weapon, buy the auto shotgun in the jug area as your second weapon. What I always do is I basically set up my loadout without the ray gun, so I keep setting up. I use the M16 and the auto shotgun. I just love the M16, and I upgrade these weapons essentially, and somewhere around 30-40 is where you want to start trying to go for the ray gun, because if you just burn your points early and you don't get it, you have the worst RNG early in the game because you have everything. You'll have like a pistol at blue, green, purple, gold. You have everything in the box. Once you get to the higher rounds, I think at somewhere around round 30, it eliminates most of the things from the box at a lower rarity than gold. Once everything comes out at gold, is your best chance at getting the ray gun. The ray gun only comes out at gold rarity. Keep that in mind. So at that point, you have a good chance to get the ray gun. If you have a lot of points, I wouldn't waste all of your points trying to get it. What I always do is once I'm set up, I will do a box spin in solos. So I'll spin the box once until it moves, and then I'll play another round. That way you don't waste all of your points just trying to get it. But if you want to do that, more power to you. I just recommend getting your weapons set up because you don't know when you're going to get it. My first time I ever got it, I didn't get it till like 50, and I was completely set up, so I was fine. I wasn't, I've seen a lot of people, they just devoid themselves of points and then they just lose because they don't have a weapon setup. You have to be able to defend yourselves. The game does get harder, the zombies get harder around 20, 30, and if you're not in solos, you get more megatons, and it just gets crazy. Even in two-player mode, you get like 3 megatons at like 25. So it gets really difficult. I definitely recommend setting yourself up, making sure that you're able to survive if you don't pull the ray gun, because there's a good chance you're not going to get it until the much higher round. The other thing to note is that if you are doing the coffin dance Easter egg, you have a really good chance at getting the ray gun out of this Easter egg in solos. If you want, I know that there is a strategy where people will literally do the Easter egg. If they don't get the ray gun, they'll actually restart. That is a very good option if you're worried about time. In my experience, I would say if you did it 6 games, 2 or 3 of them you'll get the ray gun out of the coffin dance, especially in solos. I feel like you have a higher probability in solos, but who knows? But it is something that can drop in the coffin dance Easter egg. I think it's worth if you're really trying to grind for time, because like I said, high round runs, they take a long time. If you're trying to go for 300, it could take you a long time. If you're trying to go for 2, 300, you're looking at potentially 15 to 20 plus hours of gameplay. And that's, assuming that you're potentially running Ring of Fire, you're just killing things, you're not taking too long between rounds, that kind of stuff. I know of someone that they played for 60 hours to go 300, and they were pausing the game to go to sleep. And if you're trying to go for a high round run, I definitely recommend playing solos. If you're going with a group, keep in mind you might lose connection and stuff like that, and it could just take a long time with no breaks unless you're playing a private match. I do highly recommend private matches for trying to go for high rounds for now. So I also do think it's worth having elemental pop with the ray gun, because it could potentially trigger one of your alternate ammo types, which is really cool. You could trigger Deadwire or, Turned, or even the Napalm Burst. I think that's really cool. You can't control it, so you never know what's gonna trigger. But overall, the ray gun's just good. It's the best for killing the Megaton. It's the best gun in the game. It does splash damage, so it splashes everything. I think it headshots for like 18,000 when it's fully upgraded. So it's gonna one-shot zombies in the head for a good while also doing splash damage to the group. So like I said, you can kill the zombie horde in 4 or 5 shots. The entire horde just gone. Makes training really easy. And if you're serious about high rounds, just get the ray gun. And again, be patient with it. Don't just try and run to the box every round, throw your points at it, and then die because you don't have pack-a-punch weapons. If you're depending on trying to get the ray gun early, you're not going to get it more than likely. There's a lot of weapons in the pool of the box early on because it has every rarity for different weapons. You have your best chance. Just keep in mind, guys, you have your best shot at getting the ray gun after round 30 when it's just gold weapons left in the box. And if you get it, high rounds are in your favor. Just be patient. And again, private matches are your friend if you're trying to go for high rounds, because you can pause to eat, pause to use the restroom. I don't recommend just trying to play, 10, 20 hours straight, guys. Be responsible. That's all I do say with playing zombies. I love zombies, but I also know how easy it is to just play for 20 hours. This game can really, really consume you. Be smart. Like I said, if you're trying to go for high rounds, I highly recommend private matches, being able to pause, eat, drink, take breaks, because playing for 20 hours straight just isn't good for you. And trying to get people together is also really challenging. Trying to get 2 people to play for 20 plus hours is quite the challenge. So I do recommend private matches, and best of luck to you guys, man. I'm really excited for Season 1 launch. I will be doing videos on whatever comes out. There's been a lot of rumors for maps and a new perk and all kinds of nonsense, new modes. So we will see what comes out when Season 1 drops, and hopefully we see more news from Treyarch. I will see everyone later. Appreciate your time. I love zombies. I love you. See everyone later.